Hey guys, welcome back to my 19th Python tutorial, and today I'm going to teach you guys about various ways to compare things. So far, I've only showed one of them to you guys, and it is the double equal sign, this one, and that I use it in the if statements or elif statements, and this is used to check if one thing is equal to another. So we could say like, I don't know, 1 equals 1, and then oh shoot, what did I space? So 1 equals 1, and it will say true. Bye bye that one. And it is true because 1 does equal 1, and that's how you check it. Uh, However, there is much more, including the less than and more than, like this. This one, oops, I'll move my cursor like this, or this one. For example, in the ideally, if you just type like 1 is less than 2, it will say just true because 1 is less than 2. But if you type like 1 is greater than 2, it will say false because it is false. And yeah, and there's like mix to these two, like kinda. So there's this thing called less than equal to or like greater than equal to, whatever you call it. So it can do like this. So let's say like, I don't know, 5 is less than equal to or greater than equal to 5. And I'll say true because even though there is a less than sign, there is an equal sign making it true. So we could also put like, I don't know, 6 is less than or equal to 5. And this time it says false because 5 is definitely lesser than 6. And it certainly is not equal to 6. Uh, for the double equal sign, like this one, there's exact opposite one, and it is the exclamation mark equal sign. And this means that it checks like if two things are not equal to each other. So it's like very opposite of it. So we can say if 2 is not equal to 1, and that would be true because 2 is not 1. But if we say like 2 exclamation mark equals 2, it will say false because 2 is not equal to 2, if you know what I mean. So it'd be false. So basically, it would only print out false if it's compared to the itself, basically. Uh, let's see what I want to talk about. Uh, okay. So now we're going to talk about more like different kinds of operators. And they don't involve signs like this. And there's this operator called is, and it is the word is, like is. And it's like the double equal sign, but it's like a little bit different because, for example, let's have like two lists called list one. Sorry, I'm a very boring person. I don't know. Let's say 1 and 2, close it, and then list 2, then have it 1 and 2. Oops. Uh, and like if you just use like list 1 equals or check if it equals to 2, it will say true because all the contents or the elements are the same in both lists. But if we just say like list 1 is list 2, it says false because they're not the same object. So one way to make it like equal to each other is by, you know, making it list 1 is list 1, which is true because they're the same object. Or another thing we could do is list 1 equals list 2 equals 1 and 2. Just like that. And when we now say list 1 equals, I mean, is list 2, it will say true because now they're the same object like this. This is kind of complicated, but if you use it enough, you'll get what you're supposed to get the right answer that you want. Uh, let's see. The last thing I want to talk about is like in operator, and I think we talked about it in one of the previous tutorials. So it's like okay, so just to, remind you or teach you guys if I didn't talk about it, it's like checking if something is in something. Uh, so it should make sense. So let's test it out. So let's make a variable called animal. Then let's assign it to like puppy. And let's have it so like it's like z and animal. It would say it's false because there is no z, the letter z in puppy. But if we say like, I don't know, you in animal, we'll say true because there's you in puppy right here. Uh, so that's the comparison operators. Every one of them can be using the if or elif statements or like any condition statements. So for example, if uh, p and animal, we can do like print. Oops. Yes. So that's like you could do that. Uh, and by the way, this is not the program window itself. This is IDLE, so it won't actually run this program. And then, yeah, that's about it. So that's my tutorial on the test operators in Python. Hope you guys learned something and enjoyed it. And I'll see you guys in the next one.